Why do we say we slept like a log when logs don't even sleep? If space is a vacuum, who changes the bags? Why do we press remote control buttons harder when the battery is dead? And why do massive planes and ships just vanish into thin air when they cross the Bermuda Triangle? You finally put your head on the pillow, only to have these random, mind-bending thoughts replace the silence. It's a shift from needing rest to suddenly being flooded with questions you didn't know you had. Welcome to Midnight Questions. Today, we are investigating the Bermuda Triangle. If you're new here, subscribe so you don't miss our future late-night explorations. We find ourselves trapped in these late-night cycles because the mind struggles to let go of an unresolved mystery. We can't seem to rest until we've peeled back the layers of the puzzle. The modern puzzle began on December 5, 1945. A routine U.S. Navy training mission called Flight 19 took off from Florida and never returned. 5 bombers and 14 men vanished. When the Navy sent a massive rescue plane to find them, that plane exploded in midair, leaving no survivors and no wreckage. This map shows the massive area where these events occurred, a zone covering hundreds of thousands of square miles between Miami, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico. To explain the missing evidence, people told stories of alien abductions, the lost city of Atlantis, and time-traveling wormholes. The total absence of physical debris from a verified tragedy created a vacuum. In that space, a modern myth took root. Finding the truth requires moving past the supernatural and looking at the specific physical environment of the Atlantic, starting at the seafloor. Deep underwater, this region contains methane hydrates, enormous pockets of natural gas trapped beneath the sediment. When these pockets burst, they release millions of bubbles that drastically reduce the density of the surrounding ocean water. If a ship is sailing over that exact spot during an eruption, the aerated water can no longer support its weight. The vessel sinks instantly, leaving no time to send an SOS. Even if you avoid the gas eruptions on the seafloor, the surface of the triangle presents a different set of dangers. This part of the ocean is a natural highway for severe tropical storms and massive hurricanes. These violent weather systems generate unpredictable, colossal rogue waves that can flip a large commercial ship in seconds. A severe hurricane produces enough physical force to erase a ship without any supernatural help. There is one more environmental factor that often traps travelers: a localized magnetic field anomaly. This is one of the few places on Earth where a compass points to true north rather than magnetic north. If a crew doesn't adjust for this invisible discrepancy, they will veer off course. Over a vast, featureless ocean, that small error leads to running out of fuel far from any shore. However, looking at the raw data reveals a fact that undermines the entire mystery. Statistically, the Bermuda Triangle is not uniquely dangerous. The U.S. Coast Guard and marine insurance companies track every missing vessel, and their records show a very different story. This chart compares the rate of missing planes and ships here against any other heavily trafficked shipping lane on Earth. The numbers are proportionally equal across the board. Ships and planes don't disappear here any more frequently than they do anywhere else. The only thing that is actually higher in this region is the rate of public panic. The mystery was largely manufactured in the 1970s by writers and publishers who saw the 1945 tragedy as a way to sell books. They found that sensational headlines about sea monsters and alien abductions generated far more profit than reports on unpredictable weather or human error. The Bermuda Triangle is a masterpiece of marketing, a very busy stretch of ocean rebranded as a monster to capture the public imagination. That answers our midnight question. What is the weirdest question that has ever popped into your head in the middle of the night? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you next time.